I thought to celebrate finishing the videos I wanted to do on Johnny Blaze's original run, I would do a countdown list on my top 15 favorite villains in Ghost Rider. Now this is my personal list, and I can guarantee there will be a lot of disagreements. Be sure to comment down below your personal list. Also, warning, major spoilers for all Ghost Rider comics. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, onto the list. Number 15 is Steelwind. The only reason Steelwind is so low on this list is because as much as I enjoyed her as a villain, I much more preferred her redemption arc in the Spirits of Vengeance series, when she is rescued by Johnny Blaze and repaired by Quinn. She is given a second chance, and at first she is hesitant, especially when she comes face to face with Sentris. Blaze, recognizing there's still humanity in her and convincing her to not let Sentris ruin that, was quite a moving scene for me. I'm kind of a sucker for stuff like that. It's unfortunate that her story from here was never picked up and continued. I hate how her character was used in the 2011 series, issue 7. Comics like that are what retcons are for. Let's just ignore that issue and somehow say it was someone else or something and continue her compelling story where it left off with the Spirits of Vengeance. I love both her original design and her rebirth designs. They're fucking awesome. She's just awesome. Why has no one cosplayed her yet? A few issues I recommend featuring her are Ghost Rider, the 1973 series, issue 75, and Spirits of Vengeance from 1992, issues 20 and 23. Number 14, Zedkiel. Now, Zedkiel would probably be higher on this list if his final battle didn't feel so rushed. This may be a hot take, but Heavens on Fire really did need one or two more issues to give the whole story a better pace and feel. I feel the last two issues felt so rushed, though there was some excellent art, especially in the last issue. I know I should be talking about the character and all, but all of the problems I have with the character kind of stem from how his final battle is handled. I wanted more of a confrontation between Zedkiel, Blaze, and Ketch. Zedkiel had an excellent design and larger-than-life presence that was felt even when he wasn't around. He was this great, big looming threat, and his manipulation of Dan Ketch was a pretty big feat. But I think I'm mostly disappointed with the fact that for a villain, he doesn't come to face with our hero of the book, Blaze, until the very final issue. So there wasn't this exciting animosity that you get with some villains. His design is pretty badass though, as this dark, corrupted angel. I do recommend checking out Ghost Rider's Heavens on Fire, especially issue 6, for his battle with the Ghost Riders. And I definitely mean plural when I say Ghost Riders. Number 13, The Orb. The almighty, the all-powerful, the terrifying Orb. I will admit the biggest reason I have the Orb on this list is because I love his design, and I think he is hilarious when written by Jason Aaron. The original Orb, though, is cool for his first appearance being a team-up between Spider-Man and Johnny Blaze's Ghost Rider. Seriously, that's pretty awesome. Now, while the Orb is more of a joke character, the new one, the original Orb, Drake Shannon, was a lot more serious and had direct ties to Blaze's past, as he and Crash both owned the first traveling show that Blaze ended up being a writer in. Competing in a race against Crash for the full ownership of the show, they raced with Crash coming out the victor, and Drake crashing and messing up his face permanently. That's why he wears that super cool helmet that looks like an eyeball and shoots lasers. That's the only reason. The new Orb is literally just a giant eyeball for a head, and I find that really awesome. I recommend checking out Marvel Team Up from 1972, issue 15, if you can, and the Ghost Rider's first series from 1973, issue 14 and 15. Those are for the original Orb. And for the new Orb, check out Ghost Rider's 2006 run, issue 26 and Heavens on Fire. Number 12, The Deacon. The Deacon is one crazy bastard. A huge, hulking, Bible-thumping maniac that loves to kill people and quote scripture. He's quite entertaining, especially his first fight with Blaze. How Blaze beats him is pretty hilarious. In desperation from getting his ass kicked by the Deacon, Blaze guards himself with a Bible and the Deacon relents, so Blaze proceeds to beat the shit out of him with said Bible. It's awesome. Also, his battle with Sister Sarah is quite excellent as well. I dig his design as this hulking, kind of like a biker dude with tats all over. He just looks ridiculously cool. I recommend checking out Ghost Rider 2006 issues 24 and 25, and of course Heaven's on Fire. Number 11, Snowblind. Not only is he responsible for one of the coolest Ghost Rider covers, issue 21 of the 90s series to be precise, and I think it's illustrated by Joe Quesada, which is interesting, but he also creates unique visuals with his fights with Ghost Rider. I don't really have much to say about him, I just think his ability is really cool. He's a blind man that can create a white field that engulfs the environment around him, allowing him to see and increase his strength. Also, he learns to refine his ability to make it so his enemy can't see anything but a white field while close to Snowblind, effectively making his enemy blind. I thought that was pretty creative. His design is kind of bland, and he looks like a guy in a skiing suit or something, just a super henchman. I don't know, nothing special. Though his comeback in later issues, I think he ends up looking a bit cooler. I recommend checking out issue 13 and 21 of the 90s series for him. Number 10. Scarecrow. My biggest takeaway from Marvel's version of Scarecrow is he's creepy as fuck. The man is unhinged. I feel he challenges the writer in interesting ways. Pain doesn't bother him, and he has this insatiable bloodlust and need for killing. Once you know he is involved in a story, it becomes a race against the clock to see if another murder can be prevented. His design is pretty straightforward and simple. Dude is a scarecrow. Warren Ellis wrote a pretty legendary story with the character that I highly recommend. Ghost Rider Annual 2 from the 90s series. Also check out issue 7 of the 90s series and the one-shot Captain America Ghost Rider called Fear. Number 9. Lilith. I feel Lilith is more important as a symbol and a plot device. She's this powerful mother of demons that is the cause of the creation of the Midnight Suns. That's pretty much her biggest contribution. She also teams up with Sentris and then Zarathos, so that does make her pretty threatening. I will say her designs in both the 90s and her most recent return are quite awesome. I really do enjoy those. Also, this may be a little bit too much info, but those bleach white legs and fishnets may have unlocked something in me when I was younger. I don't know what. Anyways, I recommend the Rise of the Midnight Suns crossover and the Spirits of Ghost Rider Mother of Demons one-shot from 2020. Number 8. Hagen Troll. I knew when I was making this list that I was going to have to put Hagen Troll on here somewhere. While I might be in the minority here, I fucking love Hagen Troll. First, for their designs. Their designs are awesome. I don't know, the whole purple-green aesthetic with the kind of bleached skin or whatever, they look inhuman, but really, really cool. And second, because when they work with Deathwatch, they're this crazy destructive force. Especially when they raid this police station in issue 23 of the 90s series, they really get giddy about being evil, and they kind of just enjoy each other's presence and doing evil shit. And it's just really fun to watch. Issues I recommend with them are issue 23 and 24 of the 90s series, and the Spirits of Venom crossover. Number 7. Vengeance. Some might be mad for how low I have him on this list. I don't think number 7 is that low, but some people might. Look, I love Vengeance, but once he became an anti-hero, I really started to see how much of a copy of Venom he was. But he does have one sweet-ass design. The dude looks dope. And when he does fight Ghost Rider, it's always fucking awesome. I was kind of bummed that he did take the spotlight away from Steelwind's return. And, well, what he did to Steelwind was also super fucked up. But it really was exciting whenever he showed up in his early appearances. I recommend checking out the 90s Spirits of Vengeance issues 9 and 10, the 90s Ghost Rider series issue 39, and Spirits of Vengeance from that same 90s series, issue 12. Number 6. Skinner. I did debate putting Skinner as number 7 or basically switching Vengeance and Skinner around, but I really love his story and his dynamic with Blaze. The 2 times they crossed paths, I was glued to the pages and couldn't stop reading. They formed this rivalry I kind of wish we got to see more of. It would have been cool if Skinner had shown up in the 90s Blaze series. I really wish that series hadn't been cancelled. So good. Seriously, read it if you haven't. Skinner's design is also pretty intimidating and awesome. His best issue, and the one that got him so high on this list, is from Spirits of Vengeance, the 90s series, issue 3. Number 5. Zarathos. The biggest reason I have Zarathos in the top 5 is because he's pretty much a constant villain throughout Blaze's original run. Every time you feel like the Ghost Rider isn't so bad, or that maybe he's a hero and he's saving the day, Zarathos goes and reminds you, no, this is a demon and he is fucking batshit insane. He is a constant virus plaguing Johnny throughout his original series, making Johnny's life a living hell. When he comes back in the 90s, it's built up really well, and it's quite exciting. When he finally reveals himself, I do think his design is pretty awesome and really badass. But after the first 8 issues of the Siege of Darkness, of the 16-issue run, I kind of felt it dragged on a bit too long. Ironically, the opposite problem I had with Heaven's on Fire. Also, I really wish Zarathos and Johnny had more moments with each other in the 90s series, but he is still an awesome villain. I recommend checking out issue 77 of Johnny Blaze's first series. Number 4. Deathwatch. Deathwatch was the first major big bad of the 90s series. If you're a Buffy fan, you're quite familiar with the term big bad.
You should know better than to tempt the fates that way. 'Cause the big bad is back.
When he is defeated at the end of issue 24, it really does feel like the end of a season arc. It feels like all the loose ends are tied up, pretty neatly. It's the end. It honestly feels like you were reading a TV show and that was the end of a season. So I really like how it ended. Deathwatch was the first villain that I felt really challenged Ghost Rider on many levels. With his position as a businessman, he had much influence and power, and he was able to get the public to start hating Ghost Rider despite all the good things he was doing. He blew up a building with Ghost Rider inside. He hired many villains to take out Ghost Rider, Blackout, Snowblind, Hag and Troll, all of them to defeat Ghost Rider. Finally defeating Deathwatch was quite the challenge. Deathwatch kind of looks like a Mortal Kombat character. Oh, sorry, that's Reiko. My bad. Yeah, he definitely has this Mortal Kombat ninja look down, except for the mask. I really dig it though. It's a cool mask. Issues I recommend are 22, 23, and 24 of the 90s series. Number 3. Blackheart. I feel like especially because of the movie, people really associate Blackheart as being an essential Ghost Rider villain. I mean, he's kind of a Marvel villain that fights a lot of different Marvel heroes. But I myself also see him as a Ghost Rider villain. But honestly, Mephisto and him could probably share the number 3 spot here, as they both are these powerful hellish demons that tend to want to torment Ghost Rider. Both for different reasons, of course. I put Blackheart this high because even though I hate his design in the movie, and I'm not the biggest fan of the film overall,
he thinks you're better than me? I don't know who's more pathetic. You or him?
He is still the first main villain in a Ghost Rider film. I will say the 2 one-shots, Heart of Darkness and Dark Design, are much better representations of the character and truly showcase Blackheart being a formidable foe. Also, he's a badass in the Marvel vs. Capcom games. and his design in the comics is really awesome. Number 2. Centurious. From his awesome backstory to the amazing 2-part finale of the original series, Centurious is fucking incredible and an intimidating villain. Love the dude. The only thing that holds him back from the number 1 spot for me is the fact that after Volume 1, all that excitement with the character kind of disappears. He does come back in the 90s series, but his redesign is kind of a disappointment. I think only one artist actually kind of made it look pretty cool and intimidating. And that was only in like his first reveal. After that, he just looked okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible, it was okay. And all the excitement kind of disappears after that. He never hits the highs that he did in the original series. I feel he gets close a few times, but nothing to what he was in Blaze's first series. Also, his original design was really good. I genuinely liked it way more. This is coming from someone who didn't read the original Ghost Rider Rides Again until after I had already read all of Volume 2. So I wasn't biased towards the first design I saw him in. The first design I saw him in was the 90s design. So when I saw him as this awesome, count, kind of had this Dracula thing going on, surrounded by all these soulless beings, he had this really, really cool presence, and he exuded this great, charismatic, sociopath, psychopath dude. I don't really know how to describe it. There was something about him, and he was just really charismatic. I thought he was an excellent villain. I recommend checking out issues 74, 77, 80, and 81 of Blaze's first series. As an honorable mention, I'm going to throw in Icebox Bob. This character was the main villain of the first 3 issues of the short-lived Blaze ongoing series. He was creepy, unhinged, and kinda awesome. Love his design. Check it out if you ever get the chance. He wasn't able to make the list, but I wanted to mention him. And what could number 1 be? What's an obvious character I haven't listed yet? Number 1, Blackout. What's there to say? He killed Barbara, ripped out Dan's throat, killed Linda Wee, and I'm still very salty about that. He keeps coming back. He's the first foe that Dan's Ghost Rider fought on a regular basis, and with his unhinged personality and ongoing rivalry with the Rider, he kind of just overshadowed and outshined all other villains in the 90s. I think a lot of fans were quite excited to see him come back in Jason Aaron's run. When people think of 90s Ghost Rider, the first villain they usually think of is Blackout. He and Deathwatch were also in Rob Williams' run in the first issue, but they were severely wasted. It was kind of disappointing. He has this pretty awesome design, especially when drawn by Javier Saltares, Mark Texiera, or Salvador LaRocca. All 3 of them just draw Blackout and make him look super fucking cool. He's my favorite villain and the true rival of my favorite Ghost Rider. There are so many issues I could recommend. Issues 2, 3, 7, 9, 25, 53, 54, and 66 from the 90s series are all excellent choices to read for Blackout. Issues 26 and 27 of Jason Aaron's run also. As a special bonus, check out Superior Spider-Man Annual 1, where Blackout actually takes on the Superior Spider-Man. It's pretty badass. Well, that's my list. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Again, comment your list down below. As always, I wish you well and have a wonderful day.